Hello, Apple. I've watched some of your VOD already, and so I'm just gonna make a short video. Well, actually, I'm just gonna watch all of it. We're gonna VOD review it. Let's go.
Arriving at Colosseo, ready for battle.
So, one thing I've noticed, and this is kind of like extra important in OpenQ, is actually like looking and thinking about the comp that you're running. So with you guys, one, you don't have any burst healing. You have Lucio Zen. And the other thing is that you guys have two defensive ultimates. So one thing you want to think about is if you're coordinating with this guy and if you're comfortable using voice, coordinating which of the enemy ults you think they have and which defensive ult you guys want to use, because the worst thing you can do in this scenario is stack both of them. And then the second worst thing you can do is use neither. And that does actually happen in one of these scenarios. So if you can, like, Visor is a big ultimate that you guys would need to watch out for. The other ones are less so. You can kind of get away with it. Maybe Bob, because you guys don't have an Ana. So he's a little bit more of a threat. But just looking at this comp and looking at your comp, that's something you need to be wary of. Also, looking at your comp as a Lucio player, I think who on my team would benefit the most from speed boost. So normally in a role queue game, the answer is almost always the tank. It's not always. And what's kind of funny is in this scenario, you guys are running a role queue comp. The person who benefits from speed the most is also not the tank. D.Va has enough mobility. She does benefit a bit from it, especially speeding out. But the person who benefits the most on your team from speed is Mei. Mei benefits the most. So in all honesty, I would be looking and thinking a lot about enabling your Mei player. So that's what I would do. I mean, there are different styles of Lucio play. And I will say, watching this, I really do like your wall riding in general. So that's a positive. Keep that up. But that's what I would be thinking about is, which teammate do I want to enable the most? And my answer is Mei. So I would be like almost pocketing the Mei player. I honestly don't hate this. It's a little iffy, but it is what it is. And now I would try and re-engage with your team and get the Mei closer to the enemy team. You need to amp speed there instead of amp heals. Nobody on your team was that low. And now we know our D.Va doesn't have boosters. And now we're in the front lines, we need to back up. I like this amp heal for yourself, that's fine. Keep chilling until you're a little bit fuller. Yep, that's all good. We see the Orisa as a Discord, so I'd like shooting here. And then we want to speed the Mei as soon as she's out of this ice block. We want to switch to speed here. Our main job is not healing. You guys do not need healing with this team. It's just the truth. You're just running such a util comp. I love this. Boop. Yeah, that's fine. Boop does more damage than you think it does. So don't be afraid to right click if somebody is low. And that's kind of a consistent thing I've noticed as well. So that's not just coming from one kill. We did hit a scenario where we needed heals and we were on it. So that's good. And we need to disengage here. So go speed, speed out. Yeah, we need to disengage instead. Disengage for the regroup. So we have beat. Our Zen is close to Trance. Trance honestly builds up faster than beat in my opinion. Maybe less so than in this comp, but... And we don't really need anything now because we're up 2. It's fine, your D.Va's carrying. I like this. I like the amp heals. Moira's 1 if you feel like pushing her. So pushing the Moira there wouldn't have been bad. It's possible she used Wraith, so it would have been kind of an easy kill, but she would have been near her orb, so it would have been a little bit harder. I love this. Nice. Okay, we're down our 1 tank, so this is an even fight now. Okay, right here. Honestly, right here, our Zen should have tranced. Should have happened. But he didn't. So what I would have liked to see instead is I want you to beat right here. Right now, right here, on top of this thing. We're already on top of it. Just cast beat on top of it. because if you cast it on the ground, it's going to take too long and the same result's going to happen. If we cast it up here, I don't think our Zen would have gotten it, but our Mei would have gotten it for sure, and our Hanzo would have gotten it. It's possible Zen gets it if he lingers. Honestly, he should have popped Trance when he was this pressured, but he didn't, and we can't always rely on our teammates to do that. So if you're, like I said, if you're down to coordinate, if you're down to use voice, I don't always use voice, and a lot of times the other people aren't. So like think about you cycling those two ultimates so that way you don't pop two defensive ults at once, but you do lose this fight because of a visor and you have two defensive ultimates and use neither. I should say use neither successfully. And then your Mei throws here by popping Blizzard, which makes me not trust her as much, but like I said, she is the best player to enable on your team with your speed. So I would kind of default to playing with the Mei over and over and over again. I would honestly just be generally a little bit behind her and trying to push her into the enemy team. So this I'm kind of iffy on because we're trying to regroup as a team, so I like trying to go in and get ult charge, but I also I play Lucio Taxi a lot. So I would have considered taxiing my other teammates in this scenario because we're down our 2 DPS players. So if we fight this engagement early, which we're not necessarily committing, we're just doing pick damage. You know, just a really light tickle damage. I could really go either way, but we're gonna get a faster commitment, and I think doing things fast is extra important in push. That it's a little bit better to speed your teammates. Although the pick on the Moira, kinda worth. I like this. I like this. I love that. Nice. Yeah, beautiful. I'm indifferent on the amp there. It's not the worst, it's not the best. We hear the Moira? Generally a 1v1 with a Moira, unless you're super, super confident, you're gonna lose. So always try and take a 2v1 with a Moira if you can. There, she used Fade. I'd keep engaging her. I wouldn't lose her here. If you saw she used Orb, you saw she used Fade, you could have won that. I would have stayed committed to her. And now you know she's in your back line. It's unfortunate our Zen had to transfer himself there. It's not really our problem. No need to amp heals when there's a Transcendence going, so just save amp again for probably speed engaging your Mei. So when I play Lucio, my speed, I'll look it up exactly, but I'm pretty sure my like speed to heal ratio is close to like 67 and 33. So most of the time I am on speed. I'm not providing healing for my team. It's a little bit different when your other healers is Zen, but it's not that different because the amount of util you'll provide with speed, you can heal after the fight's over, or you could just give your Zen that healing after the fight's over and then he'll have Transcendence. Nice amp. Nice dodge of it too. And then I love this kill you're about to get. Beautiful. Yeah, you're getting good damage in, and your wall riding is good as well. It's just the mix of like a speed and heal that I'm not, and amp that I'm always iffy about. I don't mind that one either, because you needed it. But again, think about like speeding the Mei right here, because we don't need heal. Huge jump beat. So the amount of cast time you're creating because of how far you went is massive. I think a lot, and I watched this with... It's so funny. I remember there was this one time in pros where there was a big thing about playing between Sombra hack and beat. So if the Sombra knew you had beat, she would try and hack you, and hack is faster than the cast time of beat. So if the Sombra got to you and hacked you as you were casting it, it would finish. And there was one pro... The reason why the cast time takes so long is because you jump up and then down, and instead he got the beat off because he did something like landing on a ledge right here. So when he went from here to landing on this ledge instead of landing on the ground, he managed to get it off even though they had started the hack. So because I saw that, I always I think about it way too much. Like every time I play Lucio, I think about it. So it's like if you were casting right here, and I mean this is riskier, I'm not saying exactly do this, and you tried to land it on here, your cast time would be faster than if you just stood here the whole time. So I know that's a little like obscure, but jump beats, it's the amount of cast time is it's very dangerous for you and your team. So always think about trying to land on a higher elevation, or at least land on the same elevation as you casted. Yeah, see how long that cast was? We're a little lost here. This is good. I would speed your diva here if you can. Yeah. She should push this with you. Nice. And now we need to disengage. Yep. I like this amp heals. Moira has no fade. We can definitely push her. I love the boop. Nice. It's unfortunate. Yeah, if there's two defensive ults, then one of them really should be saved for Visor in this comp in particular. So now we're down our tank. It's shots? Okay, right here. I don't hate it. I know what we just did. You know what we just did. We had already been losing this fight because the diva is dead. We need to disengage. And what you honestly need to do is we've gotten out. Go this way. Go this way. If you can get up here, do that. If you can't, go around here. And then get back up and go this way. And then you're fully out and you can try and meet back with your team. Or you can go this way and try and meet them here. But honestly, we've gotten out. We're all the way over here. I think you should just wall ride this way around and then you're with your diva again. Okay? So it's just kind of knowing when to disengage because we re-engage here even. It'll lower our deaths and just ultimately increase our uptime.
That was just a sound check.
I feel like you play Lucio Surf. This is okay. It's just we're really staggered now, and part of that is no, it's not that bad. But we're just staggered now. We're grouped luckily, so I just disengaged the Moira. She faded in, but you haven't seen Orb, and it's gonna be hard to kill her through that. I don't know why our Zen died there. It's unfortunate. I like that boop. We just lose this engagement though. So you can either disengage here or try and get ult charge and die. I'd probably consider the second one honestly, get ult charge and die. And oh, okay, we're disengaging. That's fine. I like it. Honestly, kind of a late disengage. And so the reason I was saying just get ult charge and die is because one, the Rhine was a little low and getting a trade there is very big. Two, if we were dying, we would have been stalling the bot for a little bit and that would be enough for our team to get back. But I do like surviving. I really don't mind that. It just felt a little late. So I'm really surprised you got away with it. I like that. We should be on speed here. I like the amp heals though. Now we have trance, switch to speed. We don't need to use any ult for that. Yeah, it wasn't needed. Our team was pretty safe. And even if we get picks, we've won the fight. Okay, I don't mind this. We just need to be on speed. Yep, nice. Nice. And then I would think about speeding the Mei, especially into this Rhine. Free pick. Nice. Love it. It's unfortunate. She was just on the other side. I like this. Love it. Nice. I consider speeding back your Mei. Just because you don't want to take this engagement down. Oh, help your Hanzo. He still needs help. Boop him off. Beautiful! Big. I don't think you should have dropped, but it's okay. We'll live. We're Lucio. I love it. Great. Absolutely great. I like the amp heals. You're really good at hitting these shots on the Pharah. Nice. Boop him. Beautiful. Hey, you know, they carry now. Oh, that's a shame. That could have been coordinated. You didn't know. I like it. You need to speed out though. Yeah, he's gonna win that. Careful of taking a super close range fight with the Rhine. If you stay a little bit further, you can basically always be further than him because of his speed. I mean, you guys are gonna win this game. You played quite well, all in all. Just be careful about thinking about idly being on heals when you could idly be on speed. And then your amping healing is... just have intention behind your amp healing. Yeah, disengage if you can. This is scary. Disengage. Oh my god, please disengage. That's rough. In the O-time situations, you just need to group up, especially in this situation in particular. You don't need to worry about touching. Your team's winning. Just group up, take a fight with ults, and then win. Especially that you're about to build Blizzard. We can't... people on our team, and that's partially like spamming group up and like explaining this to your team. Just full regroup and then push in. Oh, there we go. They got off the bot. Okay, well, GG's.